Guten Morgen. Rise and shine, wake and bake, however you like to participate. I'll get started here shortly. This is that incense I got at Five Below, you guys. I got the whole box of like 70, like 7 different scents or something for like $5. It's a pretty good deal. And it smells much better than the stuff that I purchased at the gas station one day that was, oh my God. I've never thrown out incense before, but I had to that day because it was no bueno. All right, I'm gonna go get my drink that I popped in the freezer to cool down. Thankfully, I live in town, so I was able to get a grocery delivery. They didn't charge me for the delivery, I just had to tip them. So I didn't have to go and do that. So anyway, I feel like I'm ahead of the game today, folks. All right, guys, I'm back. I had to make the dog happy. I had to give her, although she's already had a few things this morning, because in that grocery delivery, of course, I got some stuff for her. And they had those Frosty Paws at the store, so I got those, which, you know, it's kind of expensive. It's like, what, $6 for a 4-pack, but if you go to Dairy Queen and get a pup cup, it's at least $1.25 or something, plus the drive and the time. So I was like, whatever. And they had some other ones called something else. It wasn't the Frosty Paws. It was like something else. It was like bacon and cheese flavor, but like in an ice cream, obviously for dogs. That they were priced like, I think, almost $1 cheaper. And I gave her one of those. And she didn't have a problem with it. Like, I was like, hey, I'm just trying to put these groceries away. And so she picked up the cup and like took it in the living room. So, yeah. Anyway, welcome. Sunday. Hopefully it's gonna be a fun day for ya. Are you on vacation? Do you wish you were on vacation? Let's go ahead and do a straight tarot pull today. Maybe I'll do some of the cards in a minute. Oh, man. Is this Biggie? Who the fuck is this? Paging me at something in the morning. Right? And you know what, you guys, I almost got up at like 4 in the morning because I woke up like at 3:55 and I was still awake at like 4:20. I'm like, dude, I could have had a whole reading done. So I don't know what was going on last night. I don't know how y'all slept. I usually sleep through the night, like not a big deal. And I was actually really tired too, so I was really surprised that I even woke up. But it was totally like that. Like, who is paging me? Why am I even up right now? So if you have a message here today, please do like the video, be kind to others in the chat, right? And you don't have to be a subscriber in order to like the video, but if you'd like the content, please do consider subscribing. But liking the video is the 100% free way to support the channel and the content, okay? So if it's not your message today, don't sweat it. I have lots and 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 lots of other videos, right? Some that even go over the particular sign. So please do go back and you can do a search, right, from the page, or you can just scroll under the live video tab or the regular video tab, and you may happen upon something that resonates with you today. If for some reason this message is just not your message, right? But you know what? Here we go. Oh yeah, lady of the morning, right? Sun shines in your eyes. That's the high priestess. In case you didn't know. So you be knowing, right? Yeah, like there was something, and I knew it was like, and this morning, look, I've been getting all sorts of downloads, and I know some of it's because, you know, been around, you know, extended family and just being around other energies, right? Sometimes you can have a certain feeling, but it's not really have anything to do with you, right? That's why people live away from their families, right? Because we're like, we don't want to be involved in the drama. So, collective, you might know about some drama or something, but I feel like you're kind of keeping quiet about it, keeping peace, but like not in the way of like enabling, but it's more like in the manner of you're a cool cucumber mama that has been through this rodeo of little fucking teenagers before, and you're not about to be getting your feathers upset when you look this fucking good out in public right now. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like that. It's like that. Yeah. So when it's like, who the fuck is paging me at whatever in the morning, right? You're like, I don't have to answer that call. Did I not already done tell whoever what they needed to know? You know what I mean? Oh. And you may find, collective, sometimes I do lives, and then, you know, if it gets a little too rowdy, I end up privatizing the video. So some of those I might end up moving over to Patreon for like a donation basis at a later time, because not everybody needs all that hyped up stuff, right? And you know, another thing I was thinking about too, collective, is the thing is the high priestess is yeah, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah. Yeah, somebody wanted you to be directionless. Somebody thought, you know, oh, they're going to have nowhere to turn except to me. And you're like, this is my pager. Last time I checked. So why don't you keep your hand out of my pocket? Huh? 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 Shoot. You know what I mean? One of my teachers, high school teachers, he always told me, he's like, they're going to look at you like you're a hick from the sticks. It don't matter. It don't matter what your education is. It don't matter what your job is, because you come from such and such place. People will judge you. Right? Right? Yippee yo, yippee yay. Yeah. Are we playing with the horns yet? You know, some people think they can play with a high priestess, and it's like, you know, honey, I had this babysitting job when I was 10. So who the fuck are you? Trying to play this game at 50 fucking years old, bitch. You know what I mean? I hope you enjoy your felony trial there. You know what I mean? You know, hey. Some people don't get caught because they're smart, and some people get caught because they're fucking ignorant fucks. Let's face the motherfucking facts. And these are the same people that will come and look at you and say you're the fucking ignorant one. And you're like, really? Because last time I checked, the courthouse is calling me to be a juror, not to be on trial, bitch. Bitch. Anyway, moving on. These be the same ones out on Facebook. Help me, I'm running out of money. Ah! Right? The big dramas. The big dramas. This is part of why I don't like Facebook. I'm on it and I've used it for a long time. I'm connected with family on there. It's probably why I'll keep it. You know what I mean? But Facebook is the type of place to be like, unless you have fucking cancer or a goddamn limb missing, nobody fucking cares. Right? People are like, oh, I want to see it. I want to see it. Right? It's like that they look at you and they see you got something put together. They think for some reason you don't know nothing, that you haven't experienced nothing. Well, honey, yes, I have. That's why I look this good in the first place. Because I decided to take care of myself and not little Facebook drama monsters. Okay? Okay. It's the chronic, baby. Am I back in the 309 yet? I don't know. Anyway. I think so, because there's an awful lot of bitches. And guess what? They're jumping fucking shit. Ain't they? Because that ride didn't quite turn out how they thought it was. Oh, Big Daddy, take care of me. It's all work, bitch. It's all work. For the rest of your fucking life till the day you die. I don't care who you are. You know, say you what you want about the president, right? How many of us are putting on a fucking goddamn suit every day going to work in this fucking heat? Huh? Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Jesus. These bitches and hoes out here think because they're fucking cute. Give me a break. You know what's cute? My little cousin's kids. That's what's fucking cute. Not you, bitch. You're old and ugly and hateful and bitter. Eight of Pentacles, yeah, collective. You got your mind on your money and your money on your mind. You're not worried about these little drama hoes. And that's all it is. Oh my God, it's like the next cycle's already approaching. I'll hurry up and get attached to somebody for the wintertime. Then I'll have a date for all my family parties, right? Then I'll have a place to live, right? That's how they do. How they do. Yeah, well, maybe you can go set up a GoFundMe and see if anybody gives a fuck. Especially after they've been talking all that trash and not fucking doing the work. But you have. You have. That's why you're sitting here listening to Snoop Dogg with me on a Sunday fucking morning. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know if we're supposed to. Alexa, what is this one?
This is Southern Playlist to Cadillac Music from Southern Playlist to Cadillac Music by Outkast.
Oh, this is Outkast now. Alright, I thought it was Switch Artists. You know what I mean? What else you guys got going on? Let's do pull another card. Pull another card. Let's see here. Judgment. Yeah, collective, I feel like you already called judgment on the situation by doing the hard work and staying true to yourself and what you know and not all the busybodies talking. You know, when they just talk, is all that talk and no action, right? Right? Right. Okay. You know what I mean? Sometimes you can fool the teacher, but all right. If you've ever watched a movie before or read a book in your life, you realize there's a lot of characters that will be trying that patience, right? But collective, you've already read up, you've already studied up. So, you know what path you're on. This is May the Four Winds Blow You Home, and this is where you're already headed. Some of you, it says this is the Deadhead deck. Some of you might be going to the San Francisco shows. If you are, do be safe. Okay. I think I might be catching it on a stream or something. I also saw they had that in the IMAX, which I thought was super cool. Right. So if you are at some kind of gathering or something, I'm not going to sit here and say just keep your judgments to yourself, but like hold on to your discernments that you've already made. You know what I mean? Collective, this pulling back the veil here tells the story. I mean, look at the trees you've planted, look at the knowledge that you've grown. That's eternal here. It's like not everybody needs to see this, but don't ever forget it, right? Be like, yeah, I might be a hick from the sticks, but guess what? I'm not fucking broke, am I, bitch? Am I? Am I? Because you got this Eight of Pentacles right here. This says, if I ain't got it, I'm working on it. All right? Right? You know what I mean? It's like for you, collective, I feel like any specific material thing is just a temporary setback. It's like, oh, I can't get that. Okay. I mean, you guys have been following my channel. You know that one. Yeah, see, exactly. So somebody trying to hold you back by material things. When the meek shall inherit the earth and the kingdom of heaven is beyond you and me, son. Right? Come on now. Come on now. Now think about those things. Because are you trying to let somebody who has zero faith, not only in them, in humanity, but themselves, right? Because they expect things just to go terribly. Whereas you, collective, you're like, oh, well, if somebody tells you you can't have that, you're like, well, I can't have it right now. But if I got this, this, and this that you were talking about that I already wrote down, well, then I'm gold, bro. Right? So fuck around and find out who's this is the thing. This is the thing. People always want to be out here trying to teach people this, teach people that. Well, we're all learning together if you didn't figure that out yet. If you didn't figure that out yet. Right? Here's another thing too. And I'm guilty of this, and this is part of, how we're all learning. Like when I was at this family function, I'm talking to these people and it's like some of these people are like in their 30s, but like when I look at them and their face, and some of them look very good for their age, I'm gonna say, you know what I'm saying, like they live healthy lifestyles. But it was like I'm looking at this person talking and they're saying all this grown-up stuff, but like in my brain they're like still this little 2-year-old just babbling almost. Do you know what I mean? It's like because you don't see all the day to day, but you do remember some of the other stuff, So it's just kind of a wild experience, right? And you're not trying to judge the situation. It's like understanding that there's joy in being in the situation in the first place, right? So if it blows you this way to see that and it blows you this way to see that, well, maybe that's a good thing. And maybe that's going to help you here with this persistence. Personally, I'm a singleton. It's me and my dog. You know what I mean? So, extended family, maybe collective. You do have a large family or extended family. Maybe you did have a large family that you raised at one time. Okay, so that is kind of coming through as well. Okay. Of course, don't make yourself think that you're responsible for everybody. Again, you know, don't retake the babysitting job when you were 10 years old for people that are 40, 50, and 60, and so on here, right? You're like, no, I'm sold up on that crazy, right? Okay, yeah, Queen of Wands. You're here to have a good time. Um, I met one of my social acquaintances out the other day. Uh, and look at that again, that Two of Swords. It's like somebody wanting you to be like uncertain. Yeah, they're feeling wistful about you, like, oh, oh, that kind of thing. But are they doing anything about it? No, they're just sitting there. They're just sitting there. And in the meantime, you're like, well, they can sit there in despair. Well, guess what? I'm going to put on my lotion and my cute dress and my little jingle bells here and get down, right? Um, Alexa, play Cumberland Mine next.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Alexa, play Cumberland next by the Dead.
I couldn't find Cumberland next, but here is other music by the Dead South.
Sometimes I feel like me and Alexa have a thing going on, and then I don't know, but I've been gone, so she hasn't been used to my voice lately. And I have some other things. This is funny because one of my songs has whistling in it. Alexa, play Cumberland play Cumberland Blues by the Grateful Dead on Amazon Music.
Cumberland Blues by Grateful Dead from Spotify.
All right. I don't want to play anymore. Chad Free says, "Ooh, Chad Free. I kind of like that name, right? Being free of the Chads, right?" Dusty says, "Read for me. I'm a Cancer." Dusty, several of my past readings have been during Cancer season. We are at the end of that now, entering Leo season. Okay, so you might want to go back a few readings and check for that, especially some water sign energy. Okay, so the Queen of Wands here is the fire signs, folks, if you did not know. So that's Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. Again, we're hitting Leo season right now, right? This is the time where, the garden starts coming in. We really are enjoying our flowers. She's literally holding a sunflower here, and we got the music on, and we are dancing, right? Okay. Like, what's to decide about that? What's to think about that, right? She's got the ticket in her hand. She's holding the resource. She is the resource. She understands that, right? When everybody else wants to just sit here and go like this, help me, help me, help me. And it's like, well, what are you doing with them hands at all? How about moving a box? Do you know what I mean? Some of you could be like, how about moving a box out of my house? Especially if it's that kind of teenage thing. You know what I mean? So, just saying. Collective, you could also be changing directions career-wise and taking up new opportunities, right? That suit your personality, your energy level, right? Have you ever been around folks that just kind of make you feel dragged down because it's just like you're just sitting there doing nothing, and it's like, okay, this is blah. So, and especially I feel like that is significant of Leo, because Leo is that type of person that can be energized off of others, and that extroversion and stuff. Okay. So collective, if you have some of that fire in your chart, you may be like, again, it could be a thing like you're like, look, I just know that's not the right situation for me. I would rather be doing this. Blah blah. Like, why question it? Why question it? How old are you, collective? Who's paying your bills? Who's putting the roof over your head? I mean, I just had to write part of a check to the fucking roof company the other day. That's gonna cost me a pretty penny. Ain't nobody else paying for that shit but me. Okay. So you bet I was fucking happy I was able to afford that, you know? I mean, cause if your roof goes on your property, can you imagine? Then everything inside's gone, right? Then it's a bunch of shit. Yeah. Anyway. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and get these conversation deck cards here since we do have this Queen of Wands kind of ending on a fun note, because yeah. Again, collective, you could be traveling. For those of you traveling to SF, please do be careful. Make sure you check your flights and have all of your items when you deplane, right? It wasn't on a flight that I was on, but it was one of my coworkers. Okay, and our supervisor left her iPad or whatever, like, one of those iPad things in the back of the seat. But they were already off the plane. They don't let you back on the plane to go get your iPad. So there was $1,000 or $800 or whatever the frick that thing cost. So I don't know. Do they have insurance for devices like that? God, they should, because they're so expensive. Jesus. Anyway. I told her, my coworker too, because she was feeling bad about it. I'm like, you can't. I'm like, that's not yours to watch. She's not your child. Like, if you happen to see it and like, are able to make a mental note to say something, okay. But like, otherwise, you need to be looking out for what you got going on here, collective, so you can be fruitful. Okay, you've been taking them notes. Don't just take the notes and then not do anything with that knowledge, right? Go ahead and exploit that knowledge to your best ability, and then you're going to be really freaking happy with the judgment that comes down. Because don't sit here and say hard work won't get you anywhere, because it absolutely does. All right, and it's the folks that don't want to do it, and they'll sit there and call you names and everything, right? And say you're this and that. And it's like, well, last time I checked, you were the one that was trying to live out of my house and run your shit. So, and you didn't contribute nothing to the bills. In fact, I was basically supporting you and your child expenses. Bell, yeah. You could be hitting the bell. You could be calling like it's the final round, like, hey, Hulk Hogan, right? Anybody else out there used to convince their mother to let them stay home with dad so that they could watch wrestling on Sundays? Oh my God, those were the best days when I got to skip church, right? But yeah, it's like ding ding ding, okay? It's done, right? Don't 3 rounds here. There's 3 trees, like boom boom boom. You got the prize. Nobody's taking that belt away from you. Right? Like when those wrestlers, they come in, they run in, they try and steal their trophies or their women or their whatever. And it's like, ugh. Well, no, they had to stand up and fight, and you're standing up and fighting now, and you're ringing the bell on it. You're like, no, you don't get to come in here and steal what has already been awarded to me. It doesn't work that way. Especially for somebody that, instead of with their hands using it to read and write, are doing it or using it for nefarious purposes. Right? And then still want to come around with their hand out and be like, help me, help me. I've always been a Christian. I bet you have. I bet you're calling on Jesus now, ain't you? Right, right. See and then there's the people that be like, "Oh, you can't be saying that kind of message on a Sunday." Yes, I fucking can. Okay. Yeah, park. Yeah, you might be parking that whole situation. Collective. You're like, you know what? Why don't you get out and mow my grass and make it feel better? I'll give you $50. Right? Actually, I don't know if I'm gonna mow yet. It's still early this morning. We had some rain, so I gotta wait for it to dry out. I think that was kind of on my task list of things to do today. Starseed, look at that collective. So you might be getting some kind of messages about how you want to proceed north, south, east, west, right? Um, there's more than one way to go. Some relatives of mine were taught because we are all in the Catholic clan. But some relatives of mine were talking about they were going to some ordination thing for a friend of theirs that's in a Lutheran minister. And I don't know why this cross was kind of reminding me of like a Lutheran minister because it's like Catholic light in my opinion. But anyway, I haven't been in there to one of them Episcopalian jobs, so anyway, I know y'all be raising the roof too with the incense and stuff. I mean, it's like, is this so different than church? I got my white candle lit here. I got my incense going, right? We're talking about life situations and how to preserve yourself, right? For not only you, but the next generation. Maybe you have people that you need to lead and teach. Maybe these are not, say, your kids, but maybe you're a godparent. Maybe you're, an aunt, an uncle, some other kind of relative, right? Where people look to you for as an example. Okay. Um, so again, collective, it's like, yeah, I'm not a hick from the six because, they taught us the reading, writing, and arithmetic out there. Right? One thing I do like about Facebook though is because sometimes people post up and you're just like, man, there must be something in the air because they're talking about receipts, and it's like, exactly, yeah. A lot of us do. We write things down. We take pictures. I do have paper receipts of certain things, right? Right? Because sometimes you gotta call and be like, well, hey, I purchased this and such. I thought the warranty, blah blah blah. Right? Don't just come looking at me like I'm a greenhorn and don't know nothing. So you can park that attitude outside my fucking house, bitch. Preferably off my goddamn cul-de-sac. And don't be driving around here ever again. You don't think I hear them cars coming through late? I know when these kids are coming home and when it's just some fucking weirdo coming down the lane. You know what I'm saying? Please. Please. Some of these people are so stupid. They think they can blend in, and it's like, y'all, you don't understand folks that live and watch out for their neighborhoods, do you? Honey, I was raised feral, okay? So, yeah. Yeah. Some people can't acclimate. But, I've lived in town now for what? 20 years plus, right? Some of us get along just fine. Oh, man. I mean, surely it was just somebody lost at 3:30 in the morning. Anyway, yeah, I mean, I think that was part of why I woke up, because, you know what I mean? When it's normally pretty quiet, and all of a sudden it's like, I don't sound like my neighbor kid's car or whatever, Yeah. But I got cameras on my house too, so I'm no longer effing around. Especially after the scammers that I had when I had my Airbnb business B&B business going, and people scam me and they had some huge party here. Well, I didn't have any cameras on the joint at the time. Well, that's been remedied. Right. So I see everybody that comes in and out of this place, right? Including myself. So if they want to try anything on me outside, guess what? It's all going to be on video. Yeah, that's right, bitch. That's right. CYA. Somebody's saying, I can't date you. Yeah, maybe you're just too independent, collective. Maybe they can't date you because they don't know how to. You know what I mean? Some people, they want to go with the crowd. They don't want to, you know what I mean? It's just, that's how they are. Mm-hmm. Okay, and then there's somebody here saying, let's have a family with this indecision. So I don't understand. Maybe, okay. So the other side of that is maybe they don't want to date you, but they want to, like, be together and have some kind of commitment. But again, there's this uncertainty here that it's kind of like, well, I mean, maybe they're not sure if you're so independent that you wouldn't do that, right? But it kind of depends on your situation, right, collective? Like, if you've already, raised your kids and done this and that, it's like, do you want to be, mommy 2.0, 3.0, or are you on grandma time now? Okay. You know what I mean? These are things that you have to decide for yourself where it's like that, you can't unring certain bells, right? So, you know, anyway, I feel like that's all I have for this reading. Somebody says, girl, I need a story time. Alex. It's funny, Alex. I confused this one sales guy with an Alex the other day. And then I was he's like, it's Adam. I was like, I kind of waved my hand. I was like, oh, you won't remember my name either tomorrow. But then I had to text him. I was like, oh, good Lord. Because I was like, yeah, you guys got this instead, blah, blah. Yeah, anyway. Sometimes I like to go shopping and just compare, well, what I got and, all that stuff. You guys should see some of these used car prices. So I'm just saying, I don't think if you have a older vehicle that a dealership might want, I'm just saying, I don't know, I'd hang on to it because some of these vehicle prices are going up again, almost like it seems like from COVID on certain models. But I'm not saying that's everything, but for the used ones anyway. But you guys know I posted that because my Jeep's already been paid. My Jeep's been paid for a long time. I got that when I was working my corporate gig. You know what I mean? Um, yeah, that little Nissan, that little silver car I posted. I mean, it was it was used, so it wasn't like MSRP price, but like, you know, I still had to get a loan for it and stuff. You know what I mean? It's not like the old days. You just have a few hundred or a few thousand in your pocket, and you just go and plop it down on the desk. Geez, talk about the good old days. I bet the car dealerships miss those days because then that meant probably they can take that cash and go buy drugs or whatever the hell they want. Hmm. Yeah, and collective, that's another thing too, is I feel like you've definitely separated from a lot of toxic behaviors, and I'm not saying you were engaging in toxic behaviors, but maybe some folks that you were associated with were. And so that could be part of why you're being seen as independent because you're like, yeah, I'm not doing that. You know, I'm not going to be out here some desperate old hag. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? And it's like, what? Why are people so hell bent on making their lives worse? You know what I mean? It's like, life isn't hard enough for you, and then you go and do this and that. That's what I mean, collective. So, when the hammer comes down, just maybe be glad you're not in the way. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Because, this starseed energy here, you got other things going on. Right? So, if you're not familiar with your chart, do go check out your chart. Okay, there's more than one kind also. So, you could be one of those people who be like, I don't resonate with that, or those horoscopes never stuck with me, blah blah. Well, maybe because you're not looking exactly at the right stuff. But anyway, this overall is a general message. Obviously, Queen of Wands, fire sign energy again. It came out, but High Priestess being the first card, big, strong intuition. Because whoever this message is for, you could have heavy water or earth in your chart. Okay, so you know. Because the thing about your intuition too, collective, it's one of those things where it's like, maybe for some reason you leave the house like 5 minutes late or something, but then you get on the road and it's like you see there was some accident and you're like, oh my gosh, like I could have been in the middle of that, right? So it's like it might not be written, right? It might not be clear, but there's still a knowing, right? And you following that knowing, all right, is what's getting you to that finish line, to ringing that bell. Okay. So, right. Kind of like when you leave, wasn't that like Long John Silver's or something? They're like, ring the bell if we did a good job. Okay, so that's the reading for today. I hope everybody enjoyed it. 41:41 on the clock. Until next time, please do manifest wisely. Bye bye.